Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hope so you all are doing good and well. So today we will talk about job discriminations basically. So let's discuss about discriminations basically. What is the discriminations? So for this purpose, we are using slides. Okay, so this is the journal and the basic definition of the discriminations. The wrongful act of unfairly treating people. Yeah, unfair treatment of the people, not because of their skills or who they are as individual, but because of, yes, we are discriminating, or maybe we, in simple meaning, we can say we are treating people unfairly due to personal biasness, prejudice, or other unfair or morally wrong attitudes. So this is called discriminations. So let's see so some of the basic elements of discriminations are, it must be a decision not based on individual merit. Yeah, if we are violating or recruiting people on the basis of personal favoritism, and we are discouraging or ignoring merit or talent of the people. So this is one of the elements of the discriminations. The second one, decisions must derive from racial or sexual prejudice, false stereotypes. Stereotypes, we just label one nation, one race, and we have our perceptions, a concrete perception about maybe some individual or from some group. Okay, suppose normally we say maybe some of the continent, okay, the Asians, they are not punctual. It's not meaning that all Asians are not punctual. Okay, European are very punctual. So they follow the time, they follow the schedules. So this is this is called stereotypes, or some other kinds of the moral unjustified attitude against members of class to which the employees belong. Okay, some of the ones might be, these ones can be, the second point also can be about individuals or can be about the group as well. So third one is the decisions might have a harmful impact on the interests of employees against whom the decision is made in hiring, compensation, promotions, jobs, assignment, or termination of those employees. Yes, maybe these things, the company, we are giving up, maybe we are hiring on the basis of personal choice. We are giving a compensation to our favorite people's compensation promotions. We are giving, or maybe to our favorite people, like a job assignment, we are giving the easy job assignment to the favorite people, or terminations, one of the also elements to terminating maybe who we don't like. Okay, my dear students. So let's see the discriminations. Let's see type A, type B, some of the researcher outcome. Okay, conversational discriminations, a form of racial discriminations that is disguised and subtle rather than public or obvious. Okay, based on one's name. Okay, so this is the researchers, maybe in context of Asian countries. Researcher found that people with Chinese, Indian, or Pakistani, or maybe our Bangladeshis sounds name were 28% less likely to get an interview than candidate with precisely the name qualification, but with English sounding names. Here they say, here in this context, we can say, basically they say, even those people from these countries or group of people from these I mean, the group from Chinese, Indian, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis. Okay, even they are talented, but they not qualify for interview. Why? Due to the discriminations. Even though they are more talented, but they discriminate these nations only. Even these group are more talented and more qualified compared to the recruited one. So another one is, see, the gender-based discriminations. Women often face distinct challenges. Okay, women and men are both gender stereotyped, but men suffer from different expectations. Women suffer from different expectations. Success or likability do not go together with us. Together for the women. So, okay, they say, okay, men are more talented, more hardworking as compared to women. This is one of the stereotypes. It's a very famous. So that's why using these stereotypes, they are giving more preference to the man as compared to women. Although women also have the same capability, although have the same potentials, job experience, and the education as well. But these are the stereotypes. Some works women cannot do, so we just only prefer men. We should. This is one of the also discriminations, by the way. So let's see further. So here is some framework. A framework for analyzing different forms of discriminations is by categorizing discriminatory actions according to the extent to which they are intentional or institutionalized. The framework is shown in the diagram below. Okay, let's see. Intentional, unintentional. Yeah, isolated or institutions. Individuals like isolated or intentional discriminations. If we match these ones, okay, isolated and intentionals, we can isolated and intentional discrimination, intentionally discriminating, by the way. Okay, so this quadrant number 2, let's see, isolated, and we isolate them, and unintentional discriminations. Yes, we don't know, but we still discriminating sometimes. So here this is the isolated one. We can say the individual level, the institutional level is a group level. So here, institutional or intentional, yeah. Some of the, we can say in some institutions, they're intentionally discriminating. Okay. Discriminations. Okay. Anyway, so here, institutional or unintentional, yeah, in some institutions also discriminating people unintentionally. So this is a very clear combinations. Let's see the further explanations in next slides. These are also called types of discriminations, by the way. Here, so intentional discriminations, types of discriminations with intention, conscious or deliberate, conscious and deliberate discriminations. Okay, unintentional discrimination that is not consciously or deliberately sought, but is brought about by stereotypes or as an unintended outcome. Yes, unintended, I mean unintentional outcome sometimes, and sometimes the stereotypes, indirectly we ignoring people, discriminating people, also called unintentional discriminations, by the way. So individual discriminations here, let's see, like this one, my dear students, here, isolated one. So individuals, discriminations of one or a fewer individual acting on their own. Yes, institutional discrimination that is the result of actions for all or many of the people in institutions of their routine process or policies. And the institutional level, we are discriminating people, institutional level or in the group level. So here, controversy or form of discriminations. So how evolved and how we raise voice against discriminations, basically. So it's evolved day by day. It's changed. People get more, how to say, informations and explore about discrimination. Let's see, in 1960, discrimination is seen as individual or intentional. Okay, everybody say yes, on individual basis and intentional basis. But in 1970, it seems to an institutional level also. We consider not only one person having the discriminations about someone or individuals about, or maybe the institutions, but they say no, vice versa, institutional also discriminating, even unintentional or intentional. Let's see, as indicated by the underrepresentations of minorities or women. Yeah, this by example, by the way, as an institutional level, or one company or institutions only prefer men over women. This is also discriminations. This is called institutional discriminations, and to remain affirmative actions. Anyway, in 1960, insist discrimination is only individual and intentional. Again, we back to 1960 here. Okay, 1990, the view prevails. It can also be institutional and intentional. Yeah, I mean the four types recently. So we are practicing these types, like isolated and intentional. Okay, institutional, intentional, or unintentional. This is the things. Okay, let's have some evidence from the United States, although gaps between average family incomes of whites and the minorities has not decreased. Okay, how? Gaps between, I mean, still they have a gap. Although they have the maybe same job level, same experience, but white people getting more salary as compared to the black people or minorities, or maybe the from foreigners country. So I mean the expats working in America. So expats still facing a problem. Just now we saw in the media and we saw the Donald Trump action against them, right? Okay, let's see the gaps between average incomes and median earning of men and women have decreased, but are still large. I mean, yes, okay. After the awareness of discriminations at institutional level, the earning gap between women and men decreased, but still gap exists. Even small gap, but still exists. Like women earn less than less educated men. Wow. Women earn less in every occupational group. Now, this is the general definitions. The first one is okay. They say even women have more educated, more experience, but getting same or maybe less from the less educated men. Okay, gaps between the average earning of minorities and the white level have hardly narrowed. In America, let's see, minorities earn less than less educated whites. They are equal. Percent of minority in poverty is 2 to 3 times the white percentages. Okay, I mean we can say double or more higher percentage poverty percentage in minorities as compared to white people in America. So increasing problem. Another I want to just give you the recent example, like in South Africa, American giving nationalities to the white people, but they are not giving these nationalities, even they are not allowed to other nationals to stay in America, like maybe the Asians, or maybe other countries, Africans, mostly 2 continents. Even they are contributing in their GDP, but they ignore. Now they are considering South Africa where the white people are staying. They say, okay, they are not safe in South Africa. So that's why we are giving them nationality and opportunity in America to make the balance in work balance. I think this is the biggest discriminations. They are also strong and safe in South Africa also, but they want to fill the gap. That's why they are choosing white people only. The white people, they are staying in different countries. Even other Africa like Nigeria, Somalia, maybe the other Uganda, other African country, they are people they are sending back. And those gap filling by the white people, and they're giving. This is the biggest discriminations also. We can see these days, recent days. Okay, so increasing problem for women and the minorities. Women and a minority make up most new workers, but face significant disadvantages. Okay, women are steered into the low, forced into the low-paying jobs and face the glass ceiling. The glass ceiling mean is not promoting them, although they have a promotion. They have enough experience and education for promotions. And the other one is the sexual harassment. Yeah, this is the also, these days the very sensitive issues and the hot issues women are facing these things also. Minority needs skills and education but lack them. Yeah, even they need, even they have, but still not giving them the opportunity as per their expectations. So some of arguments against discriminations as per ethics in business management. Utilitarian, the utilitarian approach focus on actions that brings the greatest goods for the greatest number of the people. Yes, but in utilitarian, in the utilitarian view, from this view, from this point of view, discrimination is wrong because it's harm overall happiness and efficiency in the society. As per utilitarian approach, discrimination is wrong because it's harm overall happiness, efficiency. Okay, how about the right-based view? Discriminations violate basic human rights by holding minorities and women as inferior. Yes. And discrimination cannot be universalized. Yeah, we cannot be universalized. So this is a right-based view. Okay, justice-based view. Let's see the justice-based view. Here. Okay, discrimination result in unjust distribution of benefits and burden. Yes, of course, when we violate and we biased with talented people, of course. So these things happen. Discrimination violates the formal principle of equality by differentiating between people on the basis of characteristics that are not relevant to the jobs. Yes, even they are not related or not relevant, but still we are recruiting them on the basis of biasness, just discriminations. Anyway, thank you for today. So later we will discuss further part in next video or next lecture. Thank you. Bye-bye.